Hello and welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae R. Roddy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about breaking news with the SBA and the PPP program. The SBA announces the opening of the Paycheck Protection Program Direct Forgiveness Portal. You can see that on the screen, and we're going to talk about what this launch is, what the portal will do, how it will streamline the forgiveness process, and how it can impact your business. So I'm going to give just a few seconds for everyone to join. Just let me know that you can hear me and see me. Just drop a comment. Let me know who you are, where you're hailing from, and what your business is. Again, we're going to be talking about the Paycheck Protection Program Forgiveness. Do give this a thumbs up, hit that love button so more people see this broadcast. Do share it out. Sharing is caring. We need as many entrepreneurs and small business owners to see this. As I mentioned the other day when I was live, that there's still half of the individuals and businesses that got PPP have not had their loans forgiven. And that is what the ultimate goal is, because we want the loan to be forgiven so that it turns into a grant. And guess what? That means it's free money for you and your business. Do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Do help us. We are out here every day advocating, educating, informing, helping you all get money for your business. So do help us as our subscribers. Help us get to that 25,000 subscriber goal that we are reaching towards. We really appreciate all of you all for all your help and all your support. So I'm going to get right into the breaking news for today. You will see on the screen the official press release that was announced or released yesterday by the SBA announcing this portal. This portal is really to help streamline the forgiveness application process for those that have received funds $150,000 or less. So I've already talked about how they've streamlined the process, making it super simple as far as the one form application, but they're taking it a step further and further streamlining it. I told you maybe some financiers went out of business. Some we know PPP brokers have not been very responsive. So they, again, want to lessen the burden on all sides and make it super easy for you all to get your loans forgiven. That includes me. So I have many peers that have already gotten forgiveness. They've been letting me know they got forgiveness, including today. I just got off of a call. So that's super fantastic news. So we need everybody, as many as we can, to get forgiveness. Now, this is supposed to support 6.5 million businesses. So that means that a majority of the businesses received $150,000 or less. I will show you the portal in just a few minutes. But what I want to say is, again, in addition to the streamlining of the process, they will be doing even more for those that received over $150,000. This is a piloted program right now. That's what they've been doing as they launch new portals. They did this for the SBO grant. They did it for the restaurant revitalization grant. They are doing this to test out the system, make sure that everything is working, that they don't have the debacle that they had when they launched the SBO grant a few months back. So that it is up and running. So they're in the pilot program right now, but this application, the portal, and I'm going to show it to you, will be open and available to receive forgiveness applications on August the 4th. Okay. So this is July 29th. So we're a few days away from that. Now, the direct link to the website is Direct Forgiveness. directforgiveness.sba.gov is where you would go. That link is in the comments, so you don't have to commit it to memory. They also do provide a number. They're going to be having a whole bunch of extra support. They have a designated line specifically to assist you with your application if you happen to have an issue. Now, the SBA has already called for every single lender that they have, every single PPP lender, to opt in to this portal, to give you all the opportunity to go through the SBA portal. Now, again, many of you all have gone through some of your other lenders. And I may do that. I'll wait to see once it opens up. But my lenders were pretty quick. So you have to evaluate that on your own. I don't know after once they launched a portal if the lenders themselves will actually release some type of a statement and just say, as of this point that the portal is open, all applications will go through there, or if they will continue to accept applications. But we do know that there are millions that, again, got stuck in the pipeline with some of these other brokers, and you would have a struggle if it were not for this new portal. So again, this is great news. Just want to give you some additional information that the SBA has for us. As of in 2021, the SBA approved over 6.5 million loans totaling over $275 billion. So we know that this program funded just short of $1 trillion to small businesses. So the average loan size is $42,000 compared to $101,000 in 2020. 96% of loans went to businesses with fewer than 20 employees, and 32% of the loans went to businesses in low-income communities, is what they refer to them, compared to in 2020 when it didn't. That's still low. But we know that they really late in the game, they started opening it up to more businesses and underserved communities. They changed the calculation, giving access. But again, it was only a few short months before they closed the program. Now, again, if you have applied for the PPP and you've gotten approved, let me know. If you have the PPP and you are planning to apply for forgiveness, let me know as well. I received an email yesterday. I responded this morning from someone that was asking me about just walking me through her situation. She is a self-employed person. It's only her. She doesn't have any employees, and she moved her money for her salary replacement from her business account to her personal account. And she was asking me if that was satisfactory. And so we have videos on this thing. So if you're not sure what to spend your money on, if you're not sure how to spend the money, how to allocate for your owner's compensation, we have specific explainer videos on that, because you want to make sure you have everything in place before you go request forgiveness. So I did a video the day before yesterday, which was Tuesday, on 7 big tips to make the forgiveness process easier, right? Even though they have this portal set up, they're still going to ask you for information that you need to have ready. But you can expect that you would not have a lot of documentation, but it could be. And we won't know until this happens. But again, I already mentioned before, there's some fraud and scam. So know that if you try to get through the process, that they have controls in place to catch these types of things. So don't think this is an easy way to get out of or circumvent the situation if you were fraudulent with your application. That is not this. If for legitimate businesses that got funding, the funding that they were supposed to go through this process, you can still, I did a video on overfunding. So that is still possible. Again, this is just to streamline the process. But if you were overfunded, meaning you received more money than you were actually eligible to have forgiven, then you would have to pay that money back if it is over $10. Okay. So we have an entire playlist dedicated to PPP to be able to help you through that process if you need it. I just want to, my heart goes out for those that have reached out to me recently, just devastated. This is great news, but there's a lot of businesses that were still in the pipeline. They were in process. And I mean, they had submitted everything. They were just waiting they were even approved. They were waiting to get funded by the SBA, and they were notified that their applications were declined due to lack of funding. Going through all that effort, waiting all these months, hoping, thinking that you're going to get funding, and you didn't get it. So, and I don't think there is no word that they are going to reopen this program. But I would encourage you, as always, to continue to advocate, to continue to let your governors know, that your congressmen and women know how you've been impacted by the COVID-19. If you apply for the program and you didn't get access due to unfair practices or because of delays on the SBA, it's important that you let our leaders know that, and that you still need help. I mean, this is like a no-brainer. So whether they reopen the PPP or they open a new program, the bottom line is that millions of businesses still need funding, even after PPP. I know I was so blessed, and I was just talking about this again with one of my peers. She said she got hers forgiven. I was able to get PPP 3 times, twice for one business and once for another business. But for my newest business, it was a challenge. And if it were not for my lender, shout out to PayPal, who also gave me a grant, if it had not been for them, I would not have gotten that PPP. And I mentioned this before regarding newer businesses, or if you had a business and then you decided to legally form that business, and so now you have an EIN, you're actually incorporated, it just caused a lot of challenges with being able to get the funding from the SBA. That's what happened to me. But PayPal fought on my behalf because they had already approved me. They knew I was in business in January, making money in January, and they just came back to me and had me fill out a form to say, we're going to step up. We know that you were making money. We know that you're in business. Just sign this form, and we will certify that this is fact and send it to the SBA. And that's how I was able to get money. But because it closed, it closed too soon for me to be able to get that second draw on that business. But I said, look, I'm just going to thank God for the 3 draws that I was able to get. And I'm still advocating for them to bring on more programs to be able to help us get access to funding. So again, take note of this. I am going to see if I can pull up the portal just so you all have access. So let me stop sharing my screen really quickly. And then I'm going to share the portal. So you know what it looks like when you go to the portal. Again, it's the pilot right now. The lenders still have to opt in to the portal. And then on August the 4th, it will be open accepting applications. Okay. So you will see it you should see it on my screen. Hold on. Am I still showing the press release? Give me just a second. I pulled up the wrong one. So that's the press release. What I want to pull up for you guys is the actual portal. So let me see if this works. Here we go. This is what your portal is going to look like. And again, all the businesses, the millions of businesses that received 150,000 or less, this is your portal. You will have a area where you register, and then after you register, you will be able to relog into your application. That's where you will see all your communications, all your statuses, like you normally do with the SBA tracking. So again, remember your portal, the link, save it somewhere. If you need to bookmark it, make sure you remember your login and your password. And then here is just saying here, there's a notice that they're under pilot right now and what this is for. And it's also pointing you to resources. So it's not a long landing page. It's a simple. So I'm really interested to, once it actually opens, and I may just register just to test it. But usually when they open these portals, I'll do a test. And usually I use it as a way to do explainer videos. So then I know what the process is like. So if someone is having a challenge with the process, then I can help walk them through it. But it's supposed to be super simple. And so I just want to confirm that it is. Okay. So if you have, I'm just going to check and see if you have any questions. Again, this is a very short video. Again, I'm sorry to all of those that didn't get PPP. But if you have in the last month or few weeks receive your PPP and you have been waiting in the pipeline, please let me know. I want to hear positive stories and success stories that people did get through the process, because I know the SBA actually has till July 31st to process. So that means there are still applicants being processed in the system But if probably if you were not at a certain point in the process or that they had run out of funding, then you got that denial. But if you were approved, I mean, they should just approve everybody. But if it ran out of funding, there's no way they can do that unless Congress approve additional money. But they've had months to add more money to the pot, knowing that this was the situation. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but I do know that they extended the processing time to get through some more applicants that were in process. Okay. No, so I just answered that question. To my knowledge, there will not be another round. There's no indications that there will be. I'm seeing people here saying that they did get forgiveness. So that's good. Again, if you got forgiveness for your first draw, then again, go for second draw. They cannot overlap. So you have to be careful about when you're applying. I talked about the cover periods. You have to know what cover period you're using between 8 and 24 week period. Go back to the videos. I go through it thoroughly, explaining how that works. Make sure that you spend your money. It is not for your savings. It is for you to spend on eligible expenses, 60% on payroll, and 40% on other eligible business-related expenses. Okay, so just as a reminder, if your home-based business, your mortgage is not an acceptable expense, your rent is not an acceptable expense unless you have a brick and mortar. You know, some of you all try to claim things, and if you have a question, contact your accountant or your tax consultant. Hopefully you have a good one. And again, I always offer referrals. If you ever need a referral, you can email me at hello@shebosstalk.com. But some of you aren't getting forgiveness, or you're getting those overfunding because you claim things you shouldn't have been claiming, right? And also businesses were claiming employees that they don't have. So if you got a PPP and you claim that you had 10 employees, and in fact it's only you, then that means you were overpaid. Employees are W-2 employees that are on payroll, and unfortunately, a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners don't know that. And so when they were applying for EIDL and PPP, they were putting, when they asked you how many employees you had, you're just putting these numbers. The 1099 workers are not considered employees. They are laborers. They are contractors. They're their own business. Okay. Just like when you contract your services out, you are your own business. You're not on anyone's payroll. So that impacted many people, and probably some of you all that are watching here. So I gave you the tips. Make sure you go through your information, have everything in order before you even go to the application and try to apply. Okay, don't hit that submit button until you know you have everything complete, everything is accurate, because that causes delays in getting funding and getting forgiveness. It happens all the time. People are rushing and say, oh, I did this, I made this error, I put this wrong number, I put this wrong address. Slow it down. Don't be in such a rush that you're making so many errors that's going to, again, cause delays in you getting your loan forgiven. But when you get it forgiven, come and tell us. We want to hear about it. That is so exciting. That is free money for your business that you were able to use to keep your doors open, to pivot, to hire some people, to keep people employed, to be able to scale your business. I mean, how wonderful is that? So just shout out to everybody. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. Don't give up on the process. More money is out there. More money is coming. Just share the information, because like I said yesterday, and I reviewed the SBA did a webinar on the updates to the EIDL program. If you didn't see that video from yesterday, it's very important. Go check that out. There's still billions of dollars in EIDL loan and EIDL grant funding. And the reason the EIDL grant money is still there is because people simply aren't applying. People aren't applying for these programs because they just count themselves out. They don't think they qualify. Or they just don't know. They're not in the know. They're not well connected, right? They're just trying to manage their business, just trying to keep their doors open. So we count on you all to share the information and say, look, business owner, do you know this program is available? Have you checked out this video? Email it to them, text it to them, right? And that's how we've been able to help so many people, by you all sharing our videos and our channel And you don't know how many people you have been able to help during this pandemic. We know so many people are still struggling, but we've been able to help that many more people. Thousands of people get funding that they otherwise would not have gotten. They otherwise would not have known about. Had we not shared it here, had we not created our cheat sheets and held master classes to help you all overcome these challenges. These are big challenges that big advocacy groups acknowledge on the call and every call. The barriers that a lot of these underserved communities have. Sometimes there's language barriers. Sometimes there's a lot of times there's technical barriers. Not everybody has access to the technology like you may have. That's a big barrier. Someone messaged me about the capital that we provide and was asking, well, what about, I have a business owner, he doesn't know how to use a computer. Well, I said, just email me. There's a way we can do manual applications. So you have to have a workaround, alternative processes to be able to serve the needs of the community that need the money. And we know the underserved, which are the minority groups, are the ones that struggle the most to get access to these funds. So again, that's why outreach is so important, and sharing knowledge is so important, and connecting them to what they need is so important. So do be on the lookout for, and I'll keep you posted once all of the awardees are announced for the Community Navigator grant, because soon after they will start rolling out the pilot program to be able to provide more assistance to all the entrepreneurs and small business owners to overcome those challenges and getting access to SBA programs. Okay, so that's it for today. I see you all out there. Hello. I don't see any pressing questions. I just see a lot of just success stories and just letting me know where you are in the process. Again, you don't have control over what the SBA does. You have control over what you do. Just make sure you're doing the right thing. You're providing correct information and complete information to the SBA so that you can get your loan forgiveness. And then when you do, come back and share it with us. So again, that tells people that it can be done. It is happening, and that gives them hope that it will happen for them. So thank you so much. Continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful day. Bye.